happening, people? This is Rohit here, and I'm back with another podcast series. And this episode is definitely going to be interesting because I'm sharing my story of the struggle of waking up in the morning and all the stuff and what has happened till now. I mean, growing up as a child, I remember whole childhood, even through high school, it was me trying to wake up in the morning. I think my aim was to wake up at 7 a.m. and I literally wake up around 7:30, and that's after my parents taking turns scolding me to wake up after 10 times. They'll be like, first my dad will come and say, "Wake up, it's 7 o'clock." I'll be like, "I look at the clock. Ah, yeah, they're saying the time correctly only. 7 o'clock." Then 7:15, my mom will come. 7:30. So every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes, my parents would come take turns to wake me up. So that was my childhood, but it was very easy through school because they were quite lenient, and I didn't understand the importance of waking up early at all. Whenever there was tour or whenever there was a need to wake up early, I'll have that excitement and then I'll wake up. But apart from that, school I definitely did not have the habit of waking up early at all. But then things changed when I started college because I went to a new city. I was staying with my family members, and I knew that my parents are not going to be there to wake me up every single day in the morning. So I knew that I had to set alarm and wake myself up. And the other thing was, during my school time, I was taking my cycle to school, bicycle. But for college, I had to rely on buses, and buses run on schedule. When you realize that some things are not in your control, you have to align yourself with the other things, right? So for me, I had to align with my bus schedule. And the thing was, I had to take the subway and then the bus, and then there's traffic. I did my college in Bangalore, so that city is known for its traffic as well. But then a lot of things changed because I'm moving to a new city. Nobody there knew me, so it was very easy to mold myself to what is actually needed. All those small bad habits, small unhealthy habits that I had, I knew that that's easy to correct now that I am in a new place. So I was a new person altogether. So waking up early actually became very natural to me. But the story does not end there. There, at least I had need because there's the external force in me that's acting on me to wake me up, because I know that I love to be in college. I haven't missed any classes till now, but for that to happen, I have to be the one to wake myself up, put the alarm. There's nobody there who's going to wake me up, right? So I put the alarm and then I took the bus and went there. All that story was fine, and then I was waking up around like 6:30, 6:15, 6:30, if I'm not wrong, for college. Yes, 6 o'clock. I think most days it was 6 o'clock, and then sometimes I'll scroll through my phone. I had that habit in the morning, but now all of that is reduced. But that was during for my undergrad. But after coming to the US, story again changed. Like how I said, from school to college, there was a huge transition of the kind of person I was. From college to undergrad to grad school, from India to US, there was another big transition because at least in Bangalore, there was family with me. Even if the alarms fail sometimes, my family would ask, "Hey, is there no college student?" They'll shout at the top of their voice from downstairs. But then, yeah, I mean, they did what they had to do, right? Because otherwise, I will not wake up. So I have like a huge alarm right now that through that I cannot sleep. But that's another story. But the point here is, after coming to the US, I'm staying on my own right now, and there's literally nobody to wake me up, right? So there's no mom is not calling from India. Hey, it's 6:30 here. Wake up, wake up. Here again, the story became a lot different. I started relying on public transport again for commute, but here the commute, and there's a lot of stories about the public transportation. Sometimes it gets delayed, so I have to account for all those factors and then wake up. So counting all of that, I used to wake up around 5:30, 5 o'clock, get ready, and then leave. So you can see the transition. 7:30 with a lot of struggles, 6:30, 6 o'clock, some struggles, and then 5:30 with no struggles. And that's like me taking initiatives to do what is action needed at that point, at that life's milestone. I feel I did that. That's happy. But again, a lot of transition happened. I in my apartment here again, the external force which was acting was that I started my job work on campus. So for that, I for me to earn money, I have to clock in early, right? If I go late, that's fine. Even though it's not fine, it's actually not good to go late. I was never late, but the point is, when you go late, you are clocking in late, you are earning less money. Whenever you show up, that's when you start making money. So if I was to show up on time, I learned that much money of what is needed at that point. So that external force was there again for me to wake up early and be like, no, I have to go to college right now, I have to make money. And after making money only I can pay my fees, right? So that was the other thing. But again, the external force, all of this time I've been saying external force, external force, external force. That's what I've been relying on till now. But then now that I started another work as a research assistant, where it's more like a slightly remote and it's more like self-paced kind of activity, it's a lot different right now. Now I'm actually realizing that I have not worked on the fact that I'm not able to wake up early, and that's something that's very important to work on. That's a life skill in itself. Everyone can wake up easy. Everyone can wake up whenever it's needed, whenever they have that excitement. If I that 2 3 weeks before, I went to New York City at 6 a.m. 6 a.m. to New York City for eating. I did that. That's because the excitement was there, and that's not external, that's internal. For me, that excitement and energy was there, the curiosity was there to go to New York City and do that. Anyone can wake up if there's a trip, anyone can wake up if there's a tourist destination, but to actually do it as a discipline, till now, all my life I've been doing it because of external forces. That's because of, okay, I had to go for college, I had to go for work, I have to go for college, I have to do something, and that's why I've been but now I realize that I did not learn how to wake up early as a life skill, and that's something I'm currently working on. So I'll tell you what I've been doing it. I realized that all my life, external forces is what I've depended on. So why not make that itself as a normal thing for me? So every single 5 days a week, Monday to Friday, I wake up early, even though here and there I might snooze. I started this work 3 weeks back. First week definitely was very hard. That's when I realized. Now I realize that, oh, I thought I could wake up so early, I can be on streak all day, but I'm like, no, that's not coming natural to me. This is something which I have to work on. By nature, I'm not able to wake up early, but by nurture, that's something I can work on and make sure that I can wake up early. So I start treating it more like I have a space to go on college, and that's where I'll be working. Even though I can work at home, that's not what is near. Then I'll keep sleeping. I'll wake up around 11 a.m. or 12 a.m., 12 p.m. But that's not what is needed. I have to wake up early, and this is a habit I need to inculcate in my life early on itself. So I started waking up early just to come to college and work at that space. I have a space where, like, I'll go there and only work. That's where you have that work mindset. I'll be like, but for that to happen, I have to wake up early, and that's something which I started doing. First week definitely hard. Second and third week, now I'm actually getting it. But then this is definitely a life skill which I feel all of us have to learn as a healthy habit, because everyone can wake up anytime 9 a.m. See, I used to commute early, and this is something which I can share. When you look at the day, throughout the day, we have peak hours during commute, right? So when I take the subway, I realize that 6 a.m. Whenever I used to commute for work and all that, even now I am starting that time, but this is a different me, this enlightened me. 6 a.m. during that time, there is no crowd. 7 p.m., 7:30, 8 p.m., that's when the peak hours for New York City rush, Newark rush, all of that would start. Uh, During this peak hour time, that's when people are actually getting up. But what if you actually use the extra time that you get? That's people who are starting at 6 a.m. Everyone of us has 24 hours in a day, but we are actually getting that extra time, and that's what matters most. That's what separates ordinary people from extraordinary people. Doing that thing, waking up early, is also a skill which I feel something that separates ordinary people from extraordinary people, at least in my opinion. But this is something, a skill even I am working on, but I feel this week I got a lot better. Now I have this mindset, it's more like I have to go there to work. I started treating it more like external thing as well as internal thing that I am treating for myself. I'm able to wake up early. But if everyone has their own struggles, but this is just mine, I just realized that this is something I have to work on, and I'm able to share here. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you on another one. Till then, bye from me.